Where should you never have sex? In the middle of the streets at 2 p.m.? Yeah, best to wait until 3 p.m. I like 3:12 p.m. Right in that sweet spot. Especially in a school zone. Depends, are you a feral street dog in Mexico? At a psychiatric hospital. 2 students from my med school just got expelled for being that horny. Which med school did you go to? Asking for a friend. They have 2 free spots, so bring a friend. If he had a friend he wouldn't be going. Or something more to turn the heat up on that spicy quesadilla. In a dumpster. The one behind the Wendy's? She incorporated a bun, in the lovemaking. She took the dough and rolled it up into a ball, and then we were going berserk. Do you have any bacon bits? I like to put them in my hair during the lovemaking, makes me feel like a Cobb salad. It's amazing. A rowing boat. I promise, it is not romantic. Even if you go gently, down the stream? Even if you go merrily, merrily, merrily? Even if life is but a dream? Even if you see a crocodile? Sandy beach without a blanket. Oh, the friction. Yeah, don't do that. I learned you can just ignore the friction. Yeah, you can, and lube can help a bit, but still, I don't want road rash on my woman, and her puss wouldn't be in the best condition afterwards as well. The cleanup is a bitch, especially for her. This was supposed to be a physics joke, but yeah, I guess you are right to XD. Chief of police in my town got fired for having sex in the township courtroom. So, there. Twice removed sheriff of my county was dismissed for having sex in a graveyard with a realtor. That's a pretty good place not to. Sounds like he went down on a scary good deal. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. Space station, spheres of juices floating around could be a problem. Spheres of juices sounds like a really weird band name. Huh, now you're making me wonder if any couple has ever had sex in space yet. Also, do astronauts just have to not masturbate in space? Lol. Edit, some URL. Basically, NASA has admitted they can and probably have masturbated before, but they do claim no human has ever had sex in space. Poison Ivy. But she's hot. Harley would smash her nads with that hammer. In a horror movie. You're number 2 to 3 to die. Exactly, there's a very simple formula for surviving a horror movie. 1. Don't have sex. 2. Don't do drugs. 3. Don't say, I'll be right back. 4. Don't be black. 5. Don't be a blonde woman. 6. Don't go to places with history of supernatural murders. 7. Don't answer a phone you are not expecting. My Aunt Joan's house when you're visiting. 25 years and it's still not forgotten. Note, boy, this blew up. No, I did not have sex with my Aunt Joan. I had sex with my ex-wife in Aunt Joan's house while taking a nap. My ex and I were visiting elderly out-of-state relatives. We all ran around a lot in the summer heat one day, and so we all decided to rest for a couple of hours. Ex and I closed the door, climbed into the guest bed and went at it quietly, though not quiet enough it would seem. They had elbow-to-elbow figurines on every flat surface of their house except for their dining room table, not exaggerating, over every inch too. That included the bedside tables. I suspect the rattling little bedside figurines gave us away. When we came out of the room later, they acted strange, particularly my Aunt Joan. It was very awkward. You could tell they knew. They acted that way for the next 3 days. We'd be at a barbecue place eating together and the looks on their faces said it all. You had sex in our guest room. We never got another invite to their house for a vacation. This one made me laugh the most. Need more details? In the ear. Guy blindly posted that, then scrolled, and I'm astonished it's already here when there's 12 replies. Lol. Once you go black, you go deaf. What? On a roof. Shingles are not good wingmen. They will cut you the fuck up. I have done this with great success. That being said, choose your roof wisely. Slides down steel roof. Put bare arse on corrugated metal roof on a hot day. You want grill marks? Cause that's how you get grill marks. In a bed where somebody just ate crackers. So specific and yet so true. I don't like crackers. They're coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Oh shit, this path leads to the dark side. I'm sure of it. Username sure checks out. Camp Crystal Lake. Oh god. He's here. Kiki mama kiki mama. I always thought it was. Chi 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 ha ha ha. Wasn't it just breaths? Like, chi 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 ha ha ha? School staircase. You don't know how many videos there are of students fucking in them. My office had a night shift for a while. At least a couple of people were fired for having sex in the stairwell. It blows my mind. It's like people think it's more on the private side, but the chances of multiple people using it over the course of a fuck is likely pretty high. You overestimate how long it takes me to fuck. In a confessional booth in a Catholic church. Been there, done that. Not with a priest, thank Christ. It's not too bad, unless a priest is involved. r/username checks out. Go back and confess it. Prison, everything would be a pity fuck. Or rape. Or both. Pity rape. Alright, I'll rape ya. But only because no one else will. I read a comment here once which said a woman who worked as a prostitute let guys fuck her in the colostomy bag hole. Got infected repeatedly. So that's the worst place I can think of. Fuck, I should have never learned to read. Fuck, I should have skipped over this comment while initially skipping over the first one. Just when you think the internet has hardened you forever, this has to happen. Just when you think Googling it wouldn't make it any worse. It did. In a jalapeno pepper patch field. That's oddly specific. He speaks from experience. Or in fucking trees, man. You wouldn't believe how many biting ants apparently live in trees. What, like the back or a Volkswagen? I came looking for the mall rats quote and was not disappointed. You don't have to be a psychic with 3 nipples to know it would be here. It was the only thought in my head when reading this question. So glad I didn't have to post it. I came looking for a comment about not being disappointed there's a mall rats at your grandmother's funeral. Gotta give granny one last go. r/hole up. It's what she would have wanted. This is the worst joke I know. I was going down on this girl and suddenly I tasted horse cum. So I was like, damn grandma, that's how you died. In my house. I don't know you. Get out of here. Sorry. I said out. Now back in, that's the spot. Oh no. Apparently Winnie the Pooh's house is a bad place to do it. I don't fully understand why, but I think people have had problems in the past with him surprising them by being home. Fun fact: the actual Winnie the Pooh book has now passed into public domain. That means anyone is free to write and publish works based on it. So of course, you will find some story somewhere that has sex in Winnie the Pooh's house. Cyanide and Happiness did a comic about Winnie the Pooh joining a Rule 34 club or something to that effect, and I'm not okay with it. Implying there wasn't already R34 out there on the internet before the public domain thing. Everything has some, it's just law. In seriousness, don't fuck in a hot tub. For starters, water dissolves the natural lubricants of either body, which makes for a very dry screw that no one wants. Secondly, hot tubs are fucking grody. It's very difficult to truly properly get them clean, especially if there's a wide rotation of people in the water. Third, your bodily fluids are gonna be in the hot tub system for a long goddamn time. Again, it's hard to get them genuinely clean. It's why individual hotel rooms seldom have hot tubs. For me, This turned into don't ever get in a hot tub real fast. I used to go to a club that had a hot tub. Very seldom did you see anyone in it. But when you did, they definitely looked like someone that would use a hot tub in a club. This paints a vivid mental picture. Beaches aren't as romantic as it may seem. Chernobyl. Worst mistake of my life. I heard Chernobyl fall off. Upside, free birth control. Downside, Fort Dick. Upside, instant porn star. Reading these comments, challenge accepted. This man forgot we were Redditors. We are Redditors. 127,344 challenges accepted. 43 challenges completed. 3 arrests. 1 fatality. 6 months in the future, the TikTok rooftop sex challenge has resulted in another fatality. The challenge started on an r/askreddit post. Olive Garden. Cause when you're there, your family. Vin Diesel.